Good evening, and welcome to Educate Our Youth. My name is Janet Keith Thompson. I am the CEO and co-founder of the Mamie Keith and Aline Bradley Educational Foundation, also known as Educate Our Youth. The mission of Educate Our Youth is to make college more accessible through education, mentoring, professional development, and any other means available to students by offering programs such as the ACT and SAT workshops, tour college campuses, assist with finding and applying for financial aid, financial literacy, young entrepreneurship, and academics and athletes. Our guest this evening is Mr. Daniel Watson. He's a mission counselor from Johnson C. Smith University. But before Daniel and I get to talking, we're going to show a little virtual tour of Johnson C. Smith University campus. Oh, Hey, we're back. So let's talk about that new residence hall for a minute. It looks exciting. How many students it hold per pod?
All right, so for New Res is one of our most popular residence halls. It's normally just for our upperclassmen coming in, our juniors and seniors. But that one is, apartment style living or suite style living, and that seats or real or 4 people can reside in that room.
Okay, great. So after the tour, there's some it's nice buildings, nice landscape. The campus is very large. I've never been on Johnson C. Smith campus before. When I worked in higher learning, I've toured several colleges working with educational talent search. Johnson C. Smith was one that I didn't cover, but some of my coworkers did. But it looks like a gorgeous place to attend school. Um, so how do you join the Golden Bulls?
All right, all right. So yeah, once again, shout out to Educate RU for having me here. Daniel J. Watson, one of the undergraduate admissions counselors here at JCSU, doing it real big. Yeah, we are located right here in the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. We are
Yes.
5 minutes down the road from the Carolina Panthers and 5 minutes down the road from the Charlotte Hornets as well. Me personally, I'm originally from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It's about an hour and some change
Yay.
away. Shout out to my people back home. But it's about an hour and some change away from Charlotte, North Carolina. So I've been here since 2014 and have not been back home since. My mom, she gets on me all the time about that big, big mama's boy. But JCSU, so campus isn't crazy large. I know it looks very, very beautiful over the course
Yeah.
of that virtual tour. It's about 100 acres, and then we have
Okay.
approximately 1,300 students. Okay. So pretty
Okay.
much our thing here at JCSU is we look at our students holistically. Okay. So when it comes to, getting down to the nitty gritty, what do I need to get into JCSU? We're looking for at least a 2.5 on the GPA that is cumulative and weighted. Okay. Now I know in this crazy world that we're living in right now with the pandemic, we are test optional. But if you have already taken an SAT or an ACT, we still require you to submit them to us. Okay. Because they can pretty much it really can't hurt your chances of getting in. Okay. So now,
Right.
Mr. Watson, what if I might have had a rough semester in high school, or I might not have done too well on the ACT or the SAT? Let's say I'm in the 2.4 to 2.0 range. Don't worry, I have a program for you. Okay. That's called Biddle Scholars. All right. Now let's
Okay.
say, Mr. Watson, I was really, really struggling throughout my junior year. I just could not get it together. So I'm more so in the 1.9 and below range. Do not worry, I have a program for you still,
All
okay?
right.
For
Okay.
that, you become a Sit Luck Scholar, okay? So we understand standardized testing is not necessarily meant for people to look like us, okay? And we understand
Right.
that you might have had a rough semester in high school, but that doesn't mean that you still don't deserve a shot at furthering your education. And that's what we're all about here at JCSU. Okay, so yeah, I have a program 2.5 and up, traditional student, 2.4 to 2.0. That can make you a Biddle Scholar, or 1.9 and below. I can still get you in as a Sit Luck Scholar student. And we do have a summer bridge program. So that's where you have the opportunity to move into campus early. Fingers crossed, we'll be back on campus for the fall. As of right now, we are all online. It is a virtual for
Virtual. Okay.
virtual 2021. So we're trying to get the students back on campus. Me as an admissions counselor, I do love to travel. Yeah, definitely looking forward to being open in the fall. We haven't made a decision yet, but we'll see what happens. But with those two programs, we do have a pre-semester or a summer bridge program where you have the opportunity to move into campus 2 weeks before the official first day of class and take 2 courses. And you actually have the opportunity to accumulate 4 credit hours before the official first day of class. Okay, so pretty much, if you fall within these 2 programs, you get extra academic support throughout your entire first year. Yeah.
Okay. So with that bridge program and with such a low GPA, is there a placement test that the university gives those students?
So not necessarily. So let's say a student
Yeah.
they submit a 2.4 on their transcript. They would send it over to my email. Okay. And then they would
Okay.
apply online at jcsu.edu for free, completely online, as long as you do it directly on our website. Apply online. And that's pretty much all it takes. And then from there, we'll place you in either the Biddle freshman program or in the Sit Like Scholar program. And then you get your academic advisors through each program. They'll reach out to you, and then they'll bring you in throughout that whole first year. And then you'll actually be able to declare your major and become a traditional student going into your sophomore year.
So is there fee waivers for your freshman?
Yes, yeah. So that's pretty much if they're applying on a third party, then yes, we will award, or give out those fee waivers. But if you do apply directly on our website, I'll be sure I should be able to drop that in the chat somewhere. But I'll make sure y'all get the information. But
Okay.
as long as you apply directly online, jcsu.edu, go to our admissions tab, and there's going to be a big yellow button that says apply now. Go in there, create your little student portal, and then you'll be all good to go.
All right. So what are your academic programs?
Okay. I can actually share my screen really quick so you all can see. All right. Can y'all see everything I got going on right now? Let's see.
No.
All right. How about now? Can you see this PowerPoint?
It's coming up. Okay. All right.
All right. Can you see it says this is a major decision?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So this kind of gives you a glimpse into what we offer here at JCSU. So these are some of the different colleges. So for us being right here in Charlotte, North Carolina, business is probably one of my largest majors. So that's right there towards the bottom right of the screen underneath the Metropolitan College of Professional Studies. So like I said, Charlotte, North Carolina is on a pop, and it's a great place to be. Charlotte is actually the second largest financial district in the United States. Only behind Wall Street. So that is a great fact. It's like I said, you can literally do anything you want to do here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Charlotte is also one of the top 10 cities in the country for where African Americans are doing the best economically. Okay. So, in recent years for our sports conference, we are CIAA, so it's your Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association. So other schools such as, Fayetteville State, Shaw University, Winston-Salem State belong to CIAA. So, about most of your HBCUs in North Carolina belong to CIAA if they're not the MEAC. But business administration, you can have a concentration in entrepreneurship, finance, accounting, international business, anything your heart desires, we make that happen for you. We do have the number 17 best sport management program in the country.
Okay.
If you're at the root, we are a liberal arts university, and we are also private. So if you're interested in anything over here to the left, underneath College of Arts and Letters, under that visual and performing arts, very, very strong program. So film, graphic arts, studio, theater, dance, and music. You can also minor in Spanish, Chinese, Arabic, and French. I have three different types. Yeah, so there's literally a lot of things you can do here at JCSU. I have 3 different types of psychology, developmental, applied, and biomedical. Communication arts is also very strong. Even within the STEM program, we can do biology, chemistry, a couple different types of engineering. We also have a cyber intelligence minor. And then also, if you're thinking about going to school for social work, okay, so we only have one master's program, period, okay, and that master's program is for the Masters of Social Work. So
I was just about to ask you about that. Yeah. Okay.
So a student can come to JCSU, get your BSW, which is your Bachelor's of Social Work, in 4 years, and get your Master's of Social Work in 1 year. So you can do all of that in 5 years and be good to go, just doing social work, okay? And we're also the first HBCU down here at the bottom. Let me hide that really quick. Let's see. Okay, am I still sharing? Can you still see the screen? Ms. Thompson, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can see it. Can you hear me?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Cool. Okay. So I want to make sure you can see that at the bottom right. So we are the first HBCU to offer esports and gaming management as a minor program. So we started that in the fall of 2020. So it's literally us competing on a competitive level, against other HBCUs, colleges, and universities. Literally playing video games. So you can have that as a minor here at JCSU. So when I tell you there's something for everybody, there's something for everybody here at JCSU. The only majors that I would probably encourage you to probably just look into another school would probably be nursing. So we do not have nursing, but anything else I can make work for you. And then also the other standout major is also right here. It's called Interdisciplinary Studies. So that's where you can combine, maybe 2 or 3 majors specific to you. You can double major and you can major in minor. So a lot of different opportunities here at JCSU.
As a matter of fact, Interdisciplinary Studies was my major when I studied undergrad at Coastal Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell me, with all that, what is the cost to attend Johnson C. Smith?
All right, yes. So costs. So we are, like I said, we are a private liberal arts university. You're looking at roughly $27,000 per academic school year. So it's going to be
Okay.
roughly $27,000 per academic school year. Within that $27,000, we're talking about tuition, room and board, and meal plan. It's all taken into account within that $27,000. Okay. Now, we do not do in-state or out-of-state. It's one price all the way across the board. So whether you live in Conway, South Carolina, whether you live in Charlotte, North Carolina, Austin, Texas, Sacramento, California, you'll be paying the same price.
That's great. That's good. And financial aid is available for everyone.
100%, 100%. Over 95% of our students end up receiving financial aid. So yeah, grant aid, grant-based aid. So yeah, we're definitely getting that out to our students as well. And then I guess a good little segue for that would be our scholarships, which I'll come back. Share one more time. Let me scroll on down. All right. So our magic number for scholarships. So I'll start from the bottom. So our magic number for scholarships is going to be a 3.0 on your GPA, and it is cumulative and weighted. Okay. So if you fall between a 3.0 and a 3.49, you'll be given $2,500 per semester, which is $5,000 per year. Okay. So 3.5 in between up into a 3.49, that would be $5,000 per academic school year. Okay. Now let's say for my Pinnacle Scholars program, that's like a full ride, but that's just for my students who are here in Charlotte, Mecklenburg County. So y'all don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
So yeah, blue tip 3.0 to 3.49, that's $5,000 per academic school year. So that's for that fall and spring. Let me hop back, go back the other way. And then 3.5 and up. Okay, so that makes you a golden elite scholar. So that's where you could have $3,250 per academic semester, which is basically $6,500 per academic school year. Okay, that's one side of it. And then on the higher end of the golden elite, that's $5,000 per academic semester, which equals out to $10,000 per academic school year. So for golden elite, that's where I'm saying those SAT and ACTs come into play. So if I have a student who has 3.5 with no test scores, they would get the 3,250. Okay. But if I have a student who has 3.5 and they got 800 on SAT, or they at least have an ACT score there for me to, assess, then I can put them on the higher end of that. So that would be the $5,000. Okay. And then our James B. Duke scholarship, that is our full ride. So we actually did just shut that one down just last week. So that was a very competitive program. Students had to actually apply, do interviews, and essays and all of that. So we're about to announce those winners pretty soon. But we are still awarding. So yeah, we're still awarding scholarships. So if you fall 3.0 and up, come and talk to me. We can definitely have a conversation. For Golden Elite and Blue Chip, like I said, 3.0 and up, there's no application required. That's pretty much just me. You send in your documents, me looking at that, and then awarding you a scholarship. So yes, kind of the money questions for you.
So the admission process is just applying. You don't have to audition or write essays or anything for the general admission process.
That is correct. Yeah, it's pretty cut and dry, straight to the point. So these were the three pathways that I had mentioned earlier. So all it is going online, and you apply directly online, jcsu.edu, admissions tab, big yellow button, click apply now, and it's going to take you to like a third-party website where you will set up a little account, and then you apply just like that. And then you're also able to submit your transcript in there as well. But if you're just doing it outside, you can submit your transcripts to transcripts@jcsu.edu. So make sure it's transcript with an S. Make sure it's plural, because if not, we won't get it. But yeah, just transcripts@jcsu.edu, and you submit them there. And then our data entry clerk, they'll add them to your profile in the system, and then it pops up on my desk like, hey, the student is ready to be reviewed. And then I'll make that decision and send you your acceptance letter through email. So everything is electronic right now, but that's all it is. Apply and submit your test scores and transcripts into that email. That's pretty much how we do it. So yeah, that's the three different pathways I was telling you about: traditional, Biddle freshman, and Select Scholar. The Biddle Scholar program, remember, so this is where a 2.4 or 2.4 to 2.0. Okay, so that program is optional for you. So you actually moving in, early for the summer bridge program that I had mentioned.
Right. Yeah.
You have the option. So you would still be a Biddle Scholar, but you have the option of whether you want to move in early or not. Okay. Then if you're a Sitluck Scholar, so that's where we have the 1.9 and below. So this program is mandatory for you to come into the university.
Okay.
But once you submit everything, we have that conversation and get into the nitty gritty. But yeah, this is the process is just cut and dry. This right here, application is free 99. So I tell students, submit your test scores and transcripts, and that's how we go about it. And then from there, we'll walk you through the next parts of your enrollment process.
Okay. So what is it like to be a first-year student at Johnson C. Smith?
Okay. Scroll on down. Okay. So I always tell students it is a family business here at JCSU. So my background is a little different from the place that I work at right now. So I actually attended a predominantly white institution. Okay. And we had 30,000 students. Okay. 30,000 students. So that was the school I went to. Okay. And only 4,000 of those students look like me on this call. Okay.
Right.
So JCSU is complete 180. It's approximately 1,300 students. Okay. We're going to know your face. We're going to know your name. And if you're not in class, we're going to know if you're there or not. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, of course, just a little joke, but it's very serious though. I don't have a GPS tracker on the students or anything like that, but that gives you a sense of how close knit we are here at JCSU. So it is a family business. You will not just be a name on the roster or a body in the classroom. You're actually going to matter here at JCSU. I can guarantee you that. So yeah, what is it going to be like as a first year student? So as you see right there, approximately 1,300 students. That gives you the breakdown between men and women on campus. For every single first year student, you will receive a free iPad mini as well as a free passport. Okay. So I'm going to say that again for the people in the back, just in case you didn't hear me the first time or you thought I was just lying to you. I promise you I'm not. So every single first year student will receive a free iPad mini as well as a free passport. Okay. So you can study abroad right here at JCSU. Once the world, gets back to what we deem is going to be normal, you will be able to study abroad here at JCSU as part of our Go Global initiative. And then back in the day, students used to receive IBM laptops, but now they receive Apple iPad minis. Okay. Yeah, so that's like a legit thing. I actually have my own. I got that when I started working here as well, too. Okay. Coming in, we do have sports, like I mentioned earlier, CIAA conference, and we are Division II. Men's and women's basketball, women's volleyball, softball, men's and women's track and field, and cross country are probably our most popular sports. In 2018, we actually hosted the Division II track and field championships. Okay. And we also have some Olympians out there right now. So that gives you any idea of how we get down on the track and field. We're definitely doing our thing there. 60 different student organizations. So that's anything from, you could be Mr. JCSU, you could be Mrs. JCSU. We have the running club, sports marketing association. We have modeling troops, poetry clubs. Anything your heart desires, we have that. But even if you're like, I don't know, Mr. Watson, I'm not really rocking with this list, that's cool too. All you need is you and a couple other friends. You all can actually go through the process of starting your own student organization, leaving your stamp on JCSU's campus. Okay, so I think that's pretty cool to do that as well. If students are thinking about going Greek, we do have all 9 of the Divine 9 African-American fraternities and sororities, and they're all active on our campus. I'm a proud member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. That's the black and gold guys right there. So of course, I'm a strong advocate for students going Greek. So it's much more than just partying and strolling and all the good stuff that you see on TV, but it's also a great investment in yourself. Okay, so especially here in Charlotte, North Carolina, our dean of students is also an Alpha. Our president, President Armbrister, who was the 14th president of JCSU, he's also an Alpha. Most of the admissions team belongs to most of the D9 fraternities and sororities as well too. So it's also a great way to get your foot in the door when it comes to your career. So I definitely would encourage anybody to do some research, figure out which group best aligns with your principles. Take that shot. Okay, and then also again, that 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, you cannot beat that. Okay, so that's important. Knowing your professor on a first name basis, you're not going to get that at other places. You're not going to get that at a lot of places. Okay, so like I said, we have that small family atmosphere. That's what it's going to feel like throughout your first year. You're really going to have people that are counting on you people that believe in you, knowing you on a first name basis. We had students who they might have missed the class one day, and we had the professor was going to the dorm room trying to figure out where they were. So
Oh, really?
it's a different type of care, focus, and attention
Yeah.
here at JCSU that you're definitely going to get. And also, it's another some other rankings down here at the bottom. We are the #1 private HBCU in North Carolina, so we're very, very proud of that. And also below that, the other ranking is we are the #1 small college in North Carolina for job placement. Okay, so I think that's probably the most important ranking to me because I'm sure you can attest, there are a lot of people right now walking around with high school diplomas, bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and even doctorates, and they don't have jobs. They do not have jobs. Okay, so we are working as hard as we can in your best interest to make sure that is not your reality. Okay, and of course, you still got to handle your business in the classroom and making those connections, but coming out of school puts you in a position where you can provide for yourself and your family down the road.
Okay. Listen, did you mention whether you had a football team or not? I don't know. Did I hear that?
We do. Yes. Division II, Golden Bulls. Yeah, football team. So yeah, it's men's, women's basketball, football, women's tennis, volleyball, softball. So just women's volleyball, softball, women's bowling, men's golf, and then men's and women's track and field and cross country. So all those sports are. So yeah, also when we get into scholarships, so you could receive a merit-based scholarship that comes from me, in admissions, the Office of Admissions. That's a merit-based scholarship. Athletics has their own pocket of money. And then also, if you are musically gifted, I would be remiss if I did not mention the International Institution of Sound, directed by Dr. Robert Edwards. So they've actually made a couple of appearances at the Honda Battle of the Bands. Okay, so yeah, small numbers but large in sound. Okay, so even though we might not be one of the first HBCUs that you think of, but we definitely still have the whole 9 yards, marching band, children's squad, major red dance team, flag girls. We got it all. Okay, so you could also receive a scholarship to play in our band as well as our university choir as well.
Okay, great. So you have a gospel choir?
Yeah. So they sing, they perform across the country, across the state. So yeah, very, very, very nice, very nice.
Let me ask you: are your classes lecture based or discussion based?
So we have a variety of both. You probably come across both coming in throughout your freshman year because of the general education courses, but they are on both ends. And then 91% full-time faculty, and then 88% of our faculty have terminal degrees, meaning they can no longer get any higher status in their field. So they are definitely well-versed in what they're talking about. Okay,
so they have very little teaching assistants, I assume.
Yeah. So not too many teaching assistants. Students need opportunities, to receive payments or receive extra funds. They can. We do have work study, which is through our financial aid. So we have a lot of students to do that. We actually have work study students in our admissions office helping us do things as well too. So yeah.
So with the amount of students you have, over 1,300, do you need off-campus housing, or everybody is the campus is suitable, the residence hall is suitable for the number of students that's enrolled there?
Got you. Yeah. So actually, it is a great question. So actually, coming in as a freshman, you are required to live on campus. Okay. You're required to live on campus, and you cannot have a car in that freshman year. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So no car in our freshman year, and you're required to live on campus. So yeah, we can definitely accommodate all of our students who are coming in. Then actually over 75% of just the general population of the entire university also lives on campus. So it's literally our own little city, our own little town. The only way you can stay at home and commute is if you have a Charlotte-Mecklenburg address.
Oh, okay.
But as you can see, students are coming from all over to become Golden Bulls. So, sometimes the knock on HBCUs is, well, I'm going to go to a school where it's just a whole bunch of Black people. Okay. So I would add a caveat to that. And I would say that everybody has a different, quote unquote, Black experience because most of our students are African-American or of African descent, but everybody has their own experience that they're bringing in to Charlotte, North Carolina. So somebody who grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina has a different experience from somebody who grew up in Sacramento, California, and somebody who grew up in Austin, Texas. So it's still a melting pot of a whole lot of different people coming from a lot of different places. So we think that's really great that students are coming here to Charlotte, and then they literally have Charlotte at their fingertips. So to the other caveat, normally I get some moans and groans, and students are like, well, I can't bring my car my freshman year, It's okay. Going on a trip. I got you. Okay. So
Yeah, I know.
we actually have an above ground train, or what we call our light rail here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're actually doing construction on that right now. So it's fully up and running, but they're extending it actually to our campus. So we're going to have a stop of the actual Charlotte light rail in front of campus. So students will be able to wake up, you know what I'm saying, get
Oh,
ready for the
wow.
day, walk right outside the residence hall, flash their student ID, and hop on the Charlotte
I'm
light
on
rail.
board. Okay.
Take them wherever they want to go within the city. So we're very, very proud to have that, because literally we're 5 minutes from uptown Charlotte. You know,
Listen, that is great. You don't need a car with that, you know?
Exactly.
One of my listeners, Miss Marjorie McIver, said that Mr. Watson, you're well representing my alma mater. It makes me want to start over again. So.
Okay, well, thank you for that. We're always good to have some alumni in the house. Always good to have some alumni in the house. But yeah, I think that's cool. So yeah, Charlotte, literally, like, it's cool having our own little bubble at JCSU, but you have Charlotte literally behind you. So if you look in this picture right here, you see we have the Golden Level Bulls, which is our wonderful cheerleading squad. They're preparing for another Golden Bulls football game. You can literally see, as you saw in the virtual tour and in this background, you can see the skyline of uptown Charlotte. We don't call our downtown. We call it uptown. You know, that's just what we call it.
Okay.
And some other cool, unique programs. So I did talk about the iPads and the passports that you get in the freshman year, but also Foster Care Village is also a great program that we're doing here at JCSU. So shout out to Miss Pat Newell, who's the director of that program. So this is basically for students who are transitioning out of foster care, or they might identify as.
Oh, wow.
Right. So as long as they meet our academic requirements, we take care of a large portion of their tuition and fees to come into the university.
Ms. McIver said she was a cheerleader also, but I like the foster care idea. I was a foster care. I worked in foster care when I worked for the Department of Social Services, and you know, and that is a great program to have, because a lot of times when students, they age out of foster care, you know, and when they age out, they're left with no place to go and nothing to do. So that is wonderful that your university is offering that for foster kids. It really is.
And it's just for that reason that you said right there. So, you know, trying to give them that home, that space to be in here, Jason.
Yes. So do you have, I'm pretty sure you do, but your support services such as writing, tutoring, and you have writing labs and, you know, mathematics lab, things of that nature. What type of academic support that you have for you students?
Gotcha. Yeah. So specifically for those students who are coming in through the Biddle and CLS programs, they also have extra academic support. We do have student support services. So if a student has, you know, a learning disability or an IEP, they can also, you know, get extra help through our student support services. We also have TRIO programs. Students are coming from different backgrounds, so, you know, we can assist them coming in as a freshman, coming in as a transfer, whatever the case may be. We're there for them. We also have free counseling services as well. So shout out to Miss Parsons, doing a great job over there with counseling services. We also have the Career Center or Career Readiness. So that's where students can go in there and do trials on, you know, mock interviews, scheduling internships, and also when we have our career fairs in the fall and in the spring, we actually hold them in Brave Boy Gymnasium. So students actually have a clothes closet in there. So, you know, students can actually get business professional attire, so they can, you know, look the part when they're going in to talk to the, you know, Fortune 500 companies, talk to these vendors, and then, you know, pretty much doing things to propel themselves to that next step. So we definitely, everything is here at JCSU. There's really no reason for you to not come on down and become a part of the Golden Bull family.
I know, you know, you were the first counselor that I spoke at Michigan I spoke with that actually mentioned the TRIO program, and that excited me because I worked in TRIO in higher ed. I was an educational talent search, so it's great that you have those programs. You continue that program on your campus, because 5 years ago a lot of TRIO programs was cut due to the budget, due to the change in administration. So that is great that you still have TRIO on your campus. As a matter of fact, you're doing a lot for the students at Johnson C. Smith, and that's a good thing. It's really a good thing with the size of students that's on your campus and all the things that you just named that's going on. When you go there, there's no reason that you not leave with a diploma, a degree,
100%, 100%. Yeah, we normally say, we normally are, straight up front with our students because they are, going from young adults into adulthood.
Yes, yeah,
If you do not make it to the finish line, we're gonna make sure it's not gonna be our fault. Okay, we're gonna make
right.
sure we do everything in our, in our bandwidth to make sure you get to the finish line. So yeah.
Well, Daniel, it has been a pleasure talking to you. You have been very informative. You shared a lot of information about the campus. And I often talk to parents and high school students, and I will mention Johnson C. Smith to parents because, especially when there's no out-of-state tuition fee,
Yeah.
so yeah, because that's a concern with a lot of parents whenever you talk about their children leaving the state of South Carolina. Their concerns are out-of-state tuition fee, so that's a great thing. But again, it's been wonderful speaking with you this afternoon. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you,
And,
thank you for
and
having me.
yeah, you're quite welcome. And for those of you who can reach out to www.jcsu.edu for any information related to Johnson C. Smith. For information on your youth college or career readiness program, visit www.educateouryouth.info. All right. So have a good evening. Stay safe.
All right, yes,
And wear
ma'am. Yes,
and wear your mask.
yes, ma'am. All right, y'all take care. Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.